Hey there guys, Hail Plasma324, welcome back to Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. In the last part, we decided that we would go with Shizune and Misha on Shizune's week trip to go see her family. And along the way, well, when we got there, we noticed that Lily and her older sister Akira were also there. We don't know why yet. So, maybe we'll find out. Oh, and as an added bonus, we're doing a fishing competition with us being on Shizune and Misha's team, and Akira, Lily, and Shizune's younger brother Hideki on the other team. Team No Enthusiasm. Yes. Anyway, with that aside, let's get started. If you're impatient, that only makes me more excited. Now I want to play for higher stakes. What's she saying? She wants to play for higher stakes. I wouldn't be too hasty. We have beginner's luck twice over on our side, after all. The only way you'll be able to beat that is by catching the entire ocean, or catching a whole ocean. This is a freshwater body of water, you marine biologist. A weird insult delivered with unblinking and innocent good cheer. Akira doesn't seem bothered. She laughs it off, and Shizune looks like her usual mischievous self again. I'm glad they get along. So we're gonna pick teams or what? I'm getting kinda hungry. Sal, Misha, and I are on one team, and Lily, Hideki, and you are on the other, aren't you? I suppose that's the most obvious arrangement. Wouldn't mixing it up be a little more fun, though, eh? You don't want to fish with your own sister? Well, neither of us know how to fish, so putting us both on the same team is kinda... Well, it sounds like I've heard something kind of dangerous. I try to change the subject before Shizune can turn that incredulous look on her face into anything more. So I guess you and Shizune know each other? Sure do. We go way back. Akira throws a knowing grunt at Shizune. It's not until Misha's finished translating what she said that Shizune gains a troubled face. Akira sure is different from Lily. Aside from how they look, she's much more informal and laid back. I expected Lily's family to be all proper and formal like her, so this is a surprise. But I feel like she's easy to talk to. As much as I love talking about catching fish, we should probably actually do it sometime. Would you suggest that there should be a lineup like in baseball, or should it be everyone at once, or a tag battle style? Can everyone sit wherever they want, or do teams have to stick together? Do we call where we fish? What fish sides will we be counting? Seeing Akira groan after Misha dutifully translates for her, Shizune grabs her glasses, laughing silently. Never mind, let's just fish then. It could be an individual contest. Sweater vest! I sit down ready to fish, although I'm not feeling very confident. Everyone else is already sitting, except Akira, who takes a seat next to me and throws a line at her, taking off her suit jacket and rolling up her sleeves. Misha and Hideki end up sitting on the shore and fishing together, as there's not enough room on the pier for everyone. Truth be told, I'd rather be sitting next to Shizune, but Akira seems approachable enough. Careful though, you're a little close. Don't take all our lines, Kay? So, you've never fished before? No, but I've seen a bit on TV. I've always wanted to catch one of those big fish with a sword for a face. Marlin, I think. If I recall correctly, those are from the ocean. They are saltwater fish. I know that. Why is everyone acting like I don't know the difference between freshwater and saltwater fish? If you aren't careful, you'll scare off the fish, saltwater or not. Akira's voice is somewhat loud between her attempts to both egg on Shizune and keep Lily entertained, so she may have a point. My line doesn't seem to be picking up anything, but I don't know how much of that is down to Akira. Shizune does her best to relax in the sun and pulls off the look very well, but I can tell that she'd be slightly put off by not knowing what's being talked about. Not having Misha around can be a problem. Hey Sal, what's the score so far? Are we winning? I hope we are, given that I've entrusted you with our team's success. I managed to do some awkward signing with creative placement of my rod. It's probably close to being gibberish in spoken terms. You're like right there, can't you tell? Disappointing, you let yourself get distracted. You have to stay focused. Should have known. Well, it's 0-0 in any case. Akira chuckles, although it's clear that really took the wind out of her sails. Is it just numbers now, or are we keeping track of size, too? Both. Grading matters. Who's going to be grading them? Are you a certified fish judge? Love the comedy in this game. Just throws it into nowhere. It's nice. It's a nice touch. Shizune shakes her head to signify that she isn't. But it doesn't seem like it would be very hard. Tell Misha to stop flailing her hands around like that. It's scaring all the fish away. And ask Hideki why he hasn't even bothered to cast yet. I'll look over to the two and yell what Shizune said to them. Shi-chan, I think he's upset that he's stuck with the backup rod. Since Misha is largely unable to say anything coherently right now, she only gets a puzzled look from Shizune for a reply. Shizune just sighs after I translate it for her. Hey, even if you're depressed about it, you gotta try. You can catch the big one for all you know, but you won't catch anything unless you do. I feel that at least half of her encouragement is because Hideki does catch the big one. If Hideki does catch the big one, she wants to be there to eat it, and having 6 people fishing just leads to better chances of catching something than having 5. The constant awkward shuffling I have to do to communicate with Shizune, not to mention her increasing fidgeting, makes me think it might be good to give her a go at fishing. Hey guys, can we switch over now? Sure. Sure. Lily? No, please, I have no idea how to fish. I signed what they say, given that I seem to have taken Misha's place as Shizune's interpreter right now. How magnanimous of you, Lily. Oh boy, here we go. I don't bother translating what she says for fear of sparking another fight. Shizune said you should at least try. Might even turn out to be fun. Very well. Akira, how do you use this? It's pretty simple. Wonder how ethical it is to purposely completely change what Shizune said like that. At least it paid off. I'll just bump my mic there. I think I understand. What bait do you think would be best to use? I'd prefer something that wouldn't hurt the fish too much. If you're putting a hook through their mouth, I don't think the bait's gonna hurt them much more. And letting it go? No, don't do that. But if it isn't... Shit, wrong one. But if it isn't big, there's little point in killing it. With my hands free, it's much easier for me to interpret what everyone's saying. Now, Shizune is the one that has to deal with her hands being full, but she seems to take it in her stride. It's so arrogant. I'll only reel in the big ones too from now on. What's she saying? Akira just sighs after I interpret it to her. No, I don't like that only. You know, a fish is a fish, and you can take what you get. Unfortunately, Shizune can't hear her, and Lily doesn't seem to be paying much attention now. Lily's taking to fishing easily. It's a very relaxed activity, after all. It isn't long before they both get to catch fish, and surprisingly, Lily is just as interested in which the bigger of the two as Shizune is. As the hours pass, it seems like they're starting to have fun. They're even starting to have fun. I can't talk. At the end of the day, we have several good-sized fish between us. Even Hideki and Misha can't manage to catch one. No one brings up that we were competing to see who could catch more. I don't think it matters to anyone anymore. Shizune and Misha are talking between themselves some distance away, and Lily and Hideki are doing the same. I decided to take the advantage of the quiet moment to talk to Akira. Lily and Shizune got on well today. I didn't really expect it after seeing how they act towards each other at school. She gives an amused snort. It looks like she doesn't take their feuding as seriously as I do. They've got their reasons. Lily and I are going far away for a while tomorrow, so we thought we'd just pop by. In the end, I'm glad we did. After a brief silence, she stretches loudly and then claps her hands to get everyone's attention. Well, it looks like enough to feed everyone. We should be getting back now. Lily nods, but then hesitates. Even with her face clouding a bit, she still looks to be in a better mood than this morning. Akira really seems to know how to handle her, and diffused her antipathy... Antipathy? That's a new word for me. Towards Shizune pretty well. Today's catch looks delicious. I kinda wish I had some soy sauce so I could just eat it now. I thought you wanted me to cook it. You don't think eating it raw would be okay? Despite Akira's protest or joking as I can't tell which, we decided to wait for at least cook the fish before eating it. Need one drink. It's already become pretty late while we were out, and by the time we arrive back at Shizune's house, it's a good time for dinner. So they eat the fish. I assume they eat the fish. Marvelous. It's 4:30 in the fucking morning and I'm recording. Ooh, this room. This room's going to be important. Stop spoiling the storyline! Shit. Some of my pillows spilled out all over the bottom of my bag, which I didn't realize until minutes before I was set to go to bed last night. I spent quite a bit of time scraping them out of my luggage. By the time I get up, I'm already starting the day with a migraine from a combination of trouble falling asleep and waking up late. When I step into the living room, Hideki is there finishing up his breakfast. His fork raised midway to his mouth. He seems unsure whether he should continue eating or greet me. Maybe I should back out of the room. Good morning. Morning. What do you think we should have for breakfast? We? Aren't you eating breakfast right now? Yes, everyone else ate already. Despite that, he repeats his question again. He's just trying to be nice. It's an odd way to show it, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And I am feeling pretty hungry. I'm trying to make some conversation with him while I'm getting my breakfast to fill in the silence. That fishing trip yesterday was fun. Do the Hagamichis and Satos often get together like that? Not really. I see. I don't really. There's a brief pause before Hideki deigns to fill me in a little more. Family issues. Our fathers are brothers, and do not like each other. Hearing that gives me plenty to think about. It puts the way Shizune and Lily deal with each other into context, and makes me even more wary of getting involved. Ah, family issues can be troublesome. Hideki simply nods as I sit at the table with my breakfast. I wish it were a little easier to converse with. While I'm eating, I notice that the house seems oddly quiet for a place with Misha in it. If Shizune and Misha ate breakfast already, it can't be because they're asleep. I ask Hideki where they are. Shizune and Misha left to run some errands for our dad. The local business people love dealing with Misha, so he insisted. Well, she's got a nice and cheerful personality. I can see why they would. Maybe you should start taking lessons from her. You can increase your business connections. Are you serious? He sounds serious. I don't know what kind of business connections a little kid would need. Maybe he wants to have the best bake sale fundraiser ever. It's a shame I'll eventually have to leave here and won't be around to see whatever he is planning. I wonder what kind of person Shizune's dad is again, other than relatively outdoorsy. What I know so far is that he asks his business partners and friends of his daughter to do favors for him. I'm assuming he's extremely shy or extremely lazy. Maybe it's a rude call to make so early, but it would certainly explain a large chunk of Shizune's personality. Do you want to go anywhere? Not really. Why, do you? I thought there might be somewhere you would want to go. You don't want to do some sightseeing or eat at a specific restaurant? I don't know. I've never been here before. I see. I was just about to ask him about what Shizune was like when she was younger, but he's managed to sidetrack me with just one question. This appears to be as awkward a conversation for him as it is for me. You're sure eager to please me today. Why are you being so nice? Are you showing your secret nice side now that your sister isn't around? You're sort of right. Shizune wanted me to keep you company today. I don't want to trouble him and try to make him see that, but Hideki is as stubborn as his sister and feels as if this is his duty. He also seems to be earnestly trying to be nice. Quickly, I start to realize that Hideki's idea of fun is fishing, collecting cameras, and making esoteric puns. Fishing's fun, but it's something I'd rather do than discuss. Same goes for cameras. I'd rather handle them than collect them. This is something Hideki picks up on himself. Are you bored? I'm not bored at all. I almost yawned the words, so Hideki ignores them entirely. You are bored. Shizune said to be entertaining, and I don't think I know how to do that. I am entertained. You don't sound entertained. I am. Why do you yell? I hope you do not yell so much around Shizune. It's hard to tell if he's joking. Either way, I'm a bit surprised. I try to play it off and change the subject. Do you just collect cameras, or are you into photography too? Not really. If I did, there would be more photos in this house than there currently are. What is there to take pictures of? I don't know. Birds? Architecture? One of those restaurants you were talking about? I thought the city had tons of cool stuff. How can you live in a place with so much to do and do nothing? I thought you didn't know what there was to do here. Suddenly you have many ideas and are authority on how interesting it is. You were like a board of tourism. I was about to say terrorism. Do you want to go watch birds or buildings? Okay, no need to get mad. I'm not mad. I just think that if you feel that strongly about it, then we should go to an amusement park. Why? So that you can be amused. It will be fun. Will he have the same flat, unfun expression on his face while riding roller coasters and drop towers? Would sure bring the fun levels down. Thought does not convince me that it's worth the trip. I don't know, it always sounded like me like going to an amusement park meant you spent more time waiting in lines than actually doing stuff. You'd have to go earlier than this just to skip the lines. Have you ever been to one? No, but it seems like that is what it's like. Fine, what about a regular park? There's one that Shizune likes going to. Maybe she will be there, and I can unload you onto her. What do you mean, unload? I'm not luggage. You don't want to go to an amusement park. I don't know what to do. He looks as though I've hurt his feelings by refusing to go with him. I'm already rationalizing a decision. I don't like waiting in lines. It would be too much like a date. I'd rather go with Shizune. It'd be too tiring. It's nothing personal, it's just that I kinda wanted Shizune to show me around town instead. And I don't think that my condition going to an amusement park would be such a hot idea. The park is close enough that their property could almost be considered an extension of it. Both it and Shizune's backyard look almost about the same, except the park has benches and more people. That said, it's quite nice. There are even people out walking their dogs. And children flying kites can be seen lazily drifting back and forth over trees in the distance. I could sit here in a relaxing and scenic place like this forever. Hideki, on the other hand, looks like he's extremely bored. I want to poke him to see if he's still alive, but would he react either way? Are you bored? No. Are you going to jog or play frisbee with dogs like everyone else? Is that what people do in parks? Well, you go to parks to get back to nature and enjoy the atmosphere. That's why you jog in the park instead of just on the sidewalk or something. You can jog anywhere. I can't believe I'm having this conversation. How can you not know this? You shouldn't have brought that up. It's too weird. Haven't you heard of children should be seen, not heard? Yes. I lied. I'm bored. Would you like to play a game? I've grown audibly enough to hope that he understands I don't want to. He doesn't care. In fact, he's already toying with a deck of playing cards. Why are you upset? That is why we are here. I thought we were here to look for Shizune. Exactly, that's why we should play a game. It's Shizune Trap. You can trap anything, including people. If we compete against each other in the spirit of competition and in a sportsmanly manner, she will be drawn here to challenge the winner like a shark. Then I will defeat her like a safari hunter. Then take a photo of the award ceremony. Sharks do not go around challenging people to games of chance like dojo breakers. When did you bring that camera? Anyway, no, I get enough games hanging out with your sister. No, come on, it will be fun. We can play chess. Please, no. Besides, playing chess in the park is something old people do, like fishing. You're gonna get old too fast if you keep doing all this old man stuff. Hideki freezes like I've suddenly started speaking a foreign language. Maybe I've offended him again. Maybe he's secretly 50 years old and has just aged incredibly well. Him being Shizune's brother could be a cover story. What about checkers or Go? Or even backgammon is fine, even though I don't like it. If board games aren't your thing, we can play card games. Anything other than 7 card, because it's for wimps. Are you afraid that you will lose? If you can beat me, I'll give you candy. Hideki, you were just like Shizune. I'm starting to think this is our pretense to play games. No, that is not true. You are! I bet that competitive streak is genetic. I'll sell you the science. No one can own a human being. How about I teach you some sign language instead? When Shizune asked me if I could come here, we talked a little, and it seems like you and her dad don't use sign language. I'm just guessing, but if you don't, I could teach you some. I'm not a master at it, though. I think it might be good for you to move your arms more. Anyway. He barely moves his arms. Most of the time they just hang limply at his sides. How unnerving. It's been bothering me that Shizune's entire family apparently doesn't know how to sign. I wonder what she did before she met Misha. Did they just hire translators for her? Did she write out everything on the pad she carries around? The second is the most likely, or she could type it on a phone. That would explain why she dislikes using the pad so much. Sad as it is, I can sort of see why Hideki or her dad might not have bothered to learn sign language. It was probably too much of a hassle at the time. It's very easy to think that. From what I've seen so far, though, neither of them hold it against each other or are too badly affected by it. It could be that I'm overthinking the situation. Come on, well, to be honest, I'm still learning sign language myself. I brought all my books along with me so I can keep up, you know? Still, I can at least teach you the alphabet. It's pretty simple. This is kite. I feel really corny right now, and even more so when Hideki stares back at me blankly as if the entire concept of learning is alien to him. Shizune liked flying kites here as well. This is his attempt to salvage the conversation, and I'm happy to oblige. Fishing and now kites too? Sure, Shizune really likes all these relaxing hobbies? Fighter kites. Actually, about Hideki freezes and Misha appears behind him and puts his hands over his eyes. Hi, guess who? He seemed to be finally loosening up, too. Hi, Misha. Shizune with you? Hichan, no spoilers. Don't spoil it. Don't ruin the surprise, okay? Misha. Bingo! That's right. It was too easy somehow. I don't know what she means by somehow. Too many people can tell it's me. I want to surprise someone. I thought for sure that Hideki would be fooled. Why weren't you, You were the only person who does that. You and kidnappers. You sound like Ren now. Really? Wah! That was terrible. Why do you laugh? You giving Hisao trouble? I thought you would take him somewhere more exciting than the park. It isn't that far. Shit! It isn't that even that far from home. You were so lazy. Hideki, are you giving Hichan trouble? You should have taken him somewhere more exciting. The park's too close to home. Hichan says you're lazy. You wanted to come here. Why are you so argumentative? I have to keep my little brother in line. What is she saying? You must be kept in line. Really? They're ready to go at each other's throats this quickly. On one hand, I've heard that siblings fighting so much isn't uncommon, and the fact that they fight at all proves that there has to be some level of communication going on. So it's nice they get along. They argue all the way back home. Misha translates for Shizune, and I for Hideki. So it looks like we're going to be the ones arguing instead, except not really. Nobody could listen to Misha and believe that. The day got entertaining in the end, at least. Despite having only been here for 2 days, it feels like it's been much longer. I wake up feeling more tired than refreshed, maybe because I've been moving around almost constantly since I got here. Whatever the reason, it's making me get up unusually late each day. I like sleeping in, but it would be inconvenient if it ends up becoming a habit. I can hear a deep male voice shouting loudly in the background. Must be Shizune's dad, or maybe with the size of this place, its creditors. Most likely the former, since the yelling doesn't seem that angry, just loud. Oh, God. Shizune, Misha, and Hideki are sitting in the living room having a one-sided conversation with a giant bear man who alternates between shoveling away food from a plate balanced on his leg and twirling a sword. From what Shizune and Hideki are like, I had expected their dad to be a very reserved, clean-cut, possibly androgynous person, so I'm pretty surprised. I'm surprised for a while until he starts talking to me. Now I gotta think of his voice. Shit! I think I got it. Hello, you must be Shizune's other friend. Did you have a good night's rest? The guest rooms are a bit sparse. If there's anything you need, feel free to tell me. Thanks. You must be Shizune's father. It's nice to meet you. I'm Shizune's classmate, Hisao Nakai. The pleasure's mine. I've wanted to meet you after hearing that I would have a second guest at my house. Unexpected. You're something like that, and obviously you want to see what this person is like. Would you like my business card? He holds up a case full of them for a second, and I can see that his name is Jigoro, and his office hours from 8 to 6. They also say he's a consultant. What a prepared guy, carrying his card case around in his own home. We're just sitting down to a slightly late lunch. You're just in time to join us. Good. Pick a place to sit down and I'll bring you a plate. I hope you don't mind eating bear liver. I thought that bear liver was toxic. Either way, the thought of eating a bear liver doesn't appeal to me other than for the ability to tell people I've eaten bear liver. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to try it, but Shizune's dad merely laughs. I'm just making a joke, although maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to cook up some bear livers for your kids. They'll make you strong. We're actually having omelets. I'll make you one right now. Is that unusual for you, having an omelet for lunch? Very unusual. No, not at all. Jigoro vanishes to where the kitchen must be. I'm surprised that despite living in this place, he has to cook my lunch. Maybe he only cooks because he likes to. My steaming plate of food is done in a very short time. It smells really good. Are you in the student council like Shizune? Is the student council that busy? That Shizune has to drag all her friends along with her everywhere she goes? Sometimes a vacation is just a vacation. Right about the student council part. I think we're just here for fun, though. I see. Is that right? When I was young, our student councils had so much work that I didn't think we could afford it to go on a vacation. Must be nice having so much free time. Should give you plenty of time to think about your future. I do not like the direction this discussion is taken. I'm starting to think how to avoid it. Have you thought about that? About what you want to do? No, I haven't given much thought recently. What do you do if you don't mind me asking? It must be pretty cool if you can get your house like this. Why do you want to know that? Children are not interested in business. What business of yours is my business? Suspicious. You some kind of tax man boy? I guess he really does not like being asked questions. Yeah. Her dad's an ass. Gigantic asshole. Just saying. Cha. Hichan isn't a tax collector's boy, I think. Hichan, what do your parents do? You never told us. You be quiet. Don't interrupt me. I hate being interrupted. Rude. Shizune doesn't look too happy with this turn of events. Even with Misha unable to discern what's going on, she can read the mood easily. Her glare becomes more smoldering as Jigoro continues to rant. One more thing, my fishing equipment. I came home and it was just in a big pile in the corner. Rods just stacked haphazardly on top of tackle. That was me. I can't remember if it actually was him. If it wasn't, I appreciate that he's willing to take one for the team. It doesn't matter because Jigoro ignores him without skipping a beat. Well, anyway, I'm glad that my fishing equipment can provide so much entertainment for my daughter's friends. Did not even tell me you were going to be using them. Those are expensive custom-made poles, not for dilettantes, or whatever that word is. That's it. And I learned that word this year. Fuck. Pronunciation. I suddenly become aware of the eggshell fragments of my omelet. Is he just a bad cook? Does he eat them for the calcium? Were they purposely added there to give me even more discomfort? Though confused, I'm not as unnerved as I would normally be. Then again, my life has been pretty strange lately, and I keep running into all sorts of different people. Nothing surprises me anymore. Didn't even properly clean them after use. Terrible. You even know how to fish? Unlikely. There are not enough poles here for all of you. How does it work? Did you all share? One person baits the hook and the other casts? 2 people to reel? Incompetent. Well, 6 of us went, so we couldn't do it all at the same time. First was with me, Akira, Hideki, and Misha. Stop talking. That sounds unspeakably dirty. I've had enough of your filth. How vulgar. Make sure that your statements are not so embarrassingly carelessly worded next time. Fuck you. God damn. What? What? You're so disrespectful. Amazing. Are all delinquent types like this? Even the way you dress shows Philippine. Discard for authority. Sweater vest. Disgraceful. Delinquent? I'm on the student council. I'm hurt by his comment on my sweater vest, even when it's coming from a guy in such a tacky shirt. I guess I can't really say anything, though. He has a sword. He might also kill bears. Misha loudly puts her plate down on the table. That was delicious. Shizune and I are done now. Shizune, you are too, right? We should get going. What a simple yet effective exit strategy. I barely have the time to put down my plate before they pull me up and out of there, and finally outside. I don't think Shizune's happy. Unbelievable. It's like I'm watching an interrogation. It is not a cop show. Guests definitely have responsibilities, but he has never heard of being a gracious host. Really? Yeah, I think the tone was wrong on that. Misha attempts to sloppily mimic Shizune's angry chopping gestures as best as she can. She has the expression down too, but the tone of her voice is the same as ever, thus lacking the anger necessary to bring it all together. Wah! Don't take it too hard, Hee-chan. She-chan's dad does this to everyone. I think it's like a joke. That was the most aggressive joke possible. I'm also not at all convinced that was a joke, considering this hastily staged retreat. But this isn't a good moment to discuss how Shizune's father might be a jerk. There's no might to it. He's an asshole. Hee-chan, let's go shopping. Haven't been to town yet, have you? It'll be fun. We can see the sights and go to an amusement park, maybe eat at a good restaurant. We just had lunch. Even though I didn't eat much. It's okay. In that case, we just have to make sure that today is so busy that by the time we're done, it'll be time for dinner. Works out perfectly. Come on, Hee-chan. They immediately flank me and hook my arms with theirs, Shizune taking one arm and Misha taking the other. At first, we almost trip over each other. Shizune walks at a very brisk pace, and Misha has an unusually bouncy way of moving around. How's it unusual? We get the hang of it soon enough, and I notice we're going to town by cutting through the park. It doesn't seem efficient, so I'm guessing this is the scenic route. Walking this way now hinders how we can communicate with each other significantly. I can't talk to Shizune at all. Shizune and Misha are down to one-handed gestures only. It feels nice, though, so I don't mind too much. When I make a crack about it to Misha, she responds with mild confusion. Really, Hee-chan? If you really want Hee-chan's attention, you can tell me, and then I can tap her on the shoulder for you. You could just let me go and I'll do it myself. How are you going to tap her on the shoulder from over there? Like this! She suddenly stops in her tracks roughly and tries to reach behind her back and across my shoulders to get Shizune's attention. She succeeds, but only because when Misha stopped, I had to as well, or we'd all fall over. Obviously, Shizune had to jerk to a halt too. The sight makes Misha let out one of her characteristic laughs, which shakes us around more, and Shizune starts flailing her free hand to get her to stop, which only causes her to laugh harder. It's pretty funny to watch her getting so flustered, and I start laughing too. Gonna have to iron the part off soon. Yeah, I suppose I can end it off here. No better place to do it. Get another drink. Maybe help my speech issues that I'm having. Anyway, I guess I'll end it off here. Next time on Let's Play Katawa Shoujo, we'll spend some more time in this area. Just next time, we're gonna explore. We're gonna look around the town a little bit. Probably get yelled at by Shizune's dad, you know, because he's an asshole and everything. And maybe we'll do something else. I don't know if we'll have enough time for that. But anyway, take care. I'll see you guys then, and keep on signing.